Hey guys, TBK18 here with my second trick tip, the Fakie shuv-it. Okay, so for this week I decided to talk about the Fakie shuv-it. It's a pretty easy trick. I mean, you don't really need to ollie to do it, you just gotta really know how to ride backwards. And it's just really like a little flick of your foot. I mean, like, it's not really hard, it's just a good trick to learn, and it teaches you how to catch the board, and I think it's a good beginner move to learn because it branches off into so many other tricks. Okay, so what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to stand on the board in your ollie position, back foot on the tail, just kind of weight centered so you can get a good pop, though you don't really need to pop for this trick. Your front foot's going to be right behind the front truck bolts. Depending on if you have more balance or not, you may want to move it up a bit. It's totally up to you, it's just whatever's comfortable. And you're going to want to distribute your weight over the center of the board so that you just go in a straight line, because when you're turning going backwards, it's a lot harder to control when you're just starting out, and it'll make the trick a lot harder to do. Okay, so once you got the foot positioning down, what you're going to want to do is ride backwards. You can do this a number of ways. Like, starting off, I learned just by pushing off a wall and standing regularly, and just trying to roll backwards from that, or you can just try and push and jump on backwards. It's entirely up to you to learn this trick that way, but you have to roll backwards because the trick isn't considered to be in Fakie if you don't roll backwards. Okay, so next what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to bend your knees. This is to kind of prepare you to jump in the air and to keep your balance when you're riding on the board. The jump itself isn't really that high. I mean, it's probably like half an inch off the board, and the board itself, you don't even need to pop. It's just to get your weight off the board so that it has time to spin underneath your feet. Okay, so now you're going to jump in the air, and when you feel your weight's just off the board, your foot that's on your nose or your tail or whatever you want to call it at this point, you want to kind of slide it back as if you're like scraping your foot on the ground, and that's going to cause the board to start doing the shove-it motion. When you're in the air, just try and stay over the board. I mean, it's going to be tricky at first, but just try and keep like your center of weight over the center of the board so that it'll be under your feet when it's done spinning. Look down, wait till the board's done spinning, look for the bolts, and as soon as you see them, just stomp your feet on them to stop the board from spinning. So some common problems with this trick are overspinning the board and not being able to catch it. And to stop overspinning it, what you're going to want to do is to not jump as high and not flick as hard so that the board will spin slower and be a little bit easier to control. And as for landing on it, basically you just need to keep your weight over the center of the board, and don't be afraid to put your feet back on after you're done spinning it.
Just wasting time on you.